have to be patient. The whales, they have been patient. They have been buying. Number of large transactions continue to kind of sway a little bit, but overall still very, very high. The whale activity is still high. Many are DCAing and buying the dip. And the liquid supply, the number of supply of Bitcoin continues to go up. The liquid means ones that haven't moved for years. And if you look at this, we're at all-time high. That's very impressive. Very, very impressive. And that's mostly due to the whales and the large holders that have no interest at all in terms of selling. Does not matter what happens to Bitcoin. They will continue to hodl. And many of them are adding. But, man, this is all-time high. This is even higher than, when we have capitulated, we have bottomed out. It's higher than all the FOMO tops. We're at the highest liquid supply ever in history. Think about that. Now, we know that a lot of longs have been liquidated recently. Okay, these funding rates now have dropped to really, really, really low levels. The longs have been wiped out. Now, next, waiting for the shorts to get wiped out, right? But usually, when the funding rates are this low, that means something is about to happen. Just like this, there's still a lot of patterns that show that a breakout is coming because of all the uncertainty with markets, right? Maybe we have to wait a little bit longer. But this is the most important thing that I could show you guys. And I showed this yesterday. Short term, again, Bitcoin can be volatile. Bitcoin could go down just like anything else. But long term, there is nothing. Nothing when compared to Bitcoin goes up. Gold, Tesla, S&P 500, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, JP Morgan even, Apple, real estate. Okay? You have tech, you have precious metals, you have indexes. When compared to Bitcoin, long term, they all look like this. They all go to zero when pegged against Bitcoin, right? You can see up and downs, but long term, all of them go to zero versus Bitcoin, right? So this is why I've always said Bitcoin is the greatest store of value we have, the best hedge against inflation, because nothing outperforms it. It's really that simple. And as the dollar inflates more and more every single year, it's going to help assets like Bitcoin even more, right? Every single thing when compared to Bitcoin goes to zero eventually, because Bitcoin will only get bigger and stronger and more costly as time goes on. That's really it. Polygon is going to be swapping to their new Pol token soon, okay, with a much less emission rate, inflation rate, only 2%, okay, and this will help them hopefully revitalize themselves, and even Coinbase is supporting this conversion. So we will see how this goes, but this should be coming very, very shortly. I don't know if they have exact date yet, but it is coming soon. And also, I saw this. The former Gox CEO is going to launch a new crypto exchange in Europe. I don't know why anyone would trust Mark Capellas, who took over Mt. Gox, made it lose however many billions, set Bitcoin back for however many years, and now he's going to be launching a new crypto exchange in Europe. Hopefully none of you guys fall for it. The largest Swiss bank now offers Bitcoin to 1.5 million customers. We're starting to hear this more and more. Not only Bitcoin, but also ETFs. Banks are offering it, right, to their wealthy clients. Unstoppable force at this point, right? Demand will continue to go up. Supply will continue to go down. You just have to be patient. But the other big thing is this carry trade problem that's happening with Japan and US and other countries, right? This morning, Bank of Japan governor reiterated that the Bank of Japan will hike rates if outlook is realized. I don't know what that means, but ever since they started raising their rates, it's been absolute disastrous. They did it in August, and that's when markets started crashing like crazy. So now I think markets are again trying to prepare for another rate hike in Japan, and they are selling and dumping and selling and dumping some more. Now you may wonder, why is everyone so afraid of Japan? Why do people care about Japan? Well, this carry trade thing is quite serious. And again, it's due to greed. Wall Street greed. Do you notice that every single crash that we have is due to Wall Street greed? Why did we have a complete meltdown of banks back in 2008? Wall Street greed on mortgage-backed securities. And same thing, it seems like right now. What's happening right now? So if you actually study this, what's going on with this? Well, because Japan has been their Bank of Japan has been holding their negative interest rate for 8 years. And they did that because they were afraid of deflation. So now they realize, well, okay, they got bigger issues. Okay, they can't continue this on forever. It's actually hurting them more than it's helping them. So they decided to raise their interest rate. So why this is crashing global markets? Again, due to greed. Wall Street, banks, financial institutions. What did they do? They went to Japan and borrowed a shitload of money is what they did. Billions to trillions. We don't know the exact number because borrowing them basically cost nothing. And guess what? They decided to use that money to buy US bonds and US stocks and buy anything outside of Japan because it was like free money. I wish retail investors had this option, right? So basically, you have all these big Wall Street guys, due to greed, they were borrowing at 0%, and then they were buying like bonds for 5% and buying stocks and buying whatever, and it was all good until it wasn't.